Remakes rarely live up to the original films. Of course, that overgeneralizes things. But frequently, remakes offer us better quality and more entertainment than their predecessors. Likewise, sometimes viewers lack knowledge of the original movies, utterly unaware that anything came before. This specific niche of movies surprises, delights, and astonishes moviegoers. The 1998 remake of The Parent Trap starring Lindsay Lohan is often mentioned more than the original 1961 movie starring Hayley Mills. Both films have the same storyline of twin sisters trying to reunite their parents. While the remake has charm and comedy, it lacks the warmth and naturalistic direction of the original. You've Got Mail is a delightful remake of The Shop Around the Corner, set in New York City with comedy and chemistry between Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. The original film showcases tender performances in a moving love story in Hungary. Both films offer profound lessons on relationships and love, and have been adapted into touching and charming musicals. Soderbergh's Ocean's 11 surpasses the 1960 film in plot, style, and tone. The remake follows Danny Ocean as he gathers a skilled crew to rob the Bellagio Hotel in Vegas, driven by his ex-wife's involvement with the owner. It offers more style, humor, and a well-paced storyline. With Soderbergh's direction and an outstanding cast, the 2001 version of Ocean's 11 captivates. Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves fans, along with romantics, love the love story of two lonely souls communicating through a mailbox at their shared lake house. But few know about the original film, Il Mare, which has the same story and tone with cultural differences. Personal preference decides which movie one likes, but both are emotionally moving and ignore plot inconsistencies. Love Affair and An Affair to Remember have similar plots and dialogue, but the latter, starring Cary Grant and Deborah Kerr, is more popular and iconic. Both films feature vacationing couples who plan to reunite but are tragically prevented, leading to misunderstandings. An Affair to Remember is an iconic romance and is frequently referenced in other movies. Alfred Hitchcock's 1956 remake of The Man Who Knew Too Much surpasses the original with improved directing, cast, and music. Hitchcock's evolving style as the master of suspense is evident in the layered storytelling. James Stewart and Doris Day deliver strong performances, while the iconic song Que Sera, Sera adds to the film's impact. Beloved films The Parent Trap, Here Comes Mr. Jordan, and Heaven Can Wait have superior original versions. Both feature athletes turned millionaires after death and star Robert Montgomery, Claude Rains, Warren Beatty, and James Mason. Despite title changes, each movie is unique and enjoyable, with Montgomery and Rains delivering memorable performances that evoke laughter and tears. Romantic comedies like My Favorite Wife and Move Over, Darling from the 1940s and 1960s offer distinct styles and themes, showcasing diverse portrayals of a woman's presumed death and return. My Favorite Wife is subtle and tender, while Move Over, Darling embraces the wildness of the 1960s. True Grit is about a girl who teams up with a marshal to find her father's killer. The 1969 version is carried by John Wayne's performance, while the 2010 version has a stronger cast and better cinematography, making it the better remake. The Poseidon Adventure and Poseidon feature impressive casts and exciting action, despite unrealistic plots. Gene Hackman, Shelley Winters, Roddy McDowall, and Ernest Borgnine shine in the original, while Josh Lucas, Kurt Russell, Emmy Rossum, and Richard Dreyfuss impress in the remake. Their exceptional performances bring depth and emotion to the films, captivating audiences. Millennials and Gen X cherish Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, a heartwarming story of three pets on a journey to reunite with their family. The original film from 1963 differs from the remake, which features voice talents for the animals. The original is more realistic, while the remake is more whimsical. Both versions offer touching tales of perseverance that animal lovers will love. High Society is a remarkable remake of the Philadelphia story, with the same plot, dialogue, and premise. Both films revolve around a socialite's wedding weekend with her ex-husband and reporters, and feature exceptional casts and intelligent scripts. High Society, starring Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, Grace Kelly, and Louis Armstrong, also has delightful music that matches the original. The Magnificent Seven and Seven Samurai are genre masterpieces, telling the same story from different cultural perspectives. Seven Samurai broke cinema barriers by hiring samurai to protect a village from bandits. The Magnificent Seven, with its Western influences and stellar cast, is an excellent adaptation according to Kurosawa. The Mummy, an exciting adventure film, is a remake of a 1930s movie, known only to cinema enthusiasts. As a result, it remains niche for general audiences. The original focuses on an archaeologist resurrecting a mummy in search of love, while the remakes introduce new elements and characters for undeniable entertainment. Both films have distinct qualities that make them stand out. The cheaper by the dozen films have no resemblance to each other, except for the theme of families with 12 children. The original is a touching comedy drama with a strict but loving mother and father, while the remake is a slapstick comedy that lacks depth. The 2003 Freaky Friday remake, featuring young, it girls, and respected actresses, outshines the original in quality and popularity. Both films follow a mother and daughter who swap bodies and learn important lessons, but the remake's comedy, particularly Jamie Lee Curtis's hilarious performance, makes it stand out. His Girl Friday is beloved by film enthusiasts for its blend of screwball comedy and drama, as two ex-reporters investigate a death row case. The film's standout feature is the rapid-fire dialogue delivered flawlessly by Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell. While the front page is worth viewing, it falls short in comparison. Both versions of 3:10 to Yuma follow a rancher escorting a prisoner on a train, with his gang trying to free him. The 1957 film has a more subdued narrative and stoic performances, while the 2007 remake features grittier performances and more explicit content. Many believe the remake offers more excitement and realism. The 1950, 1991, and 2022 versions of Father of the Bride all delight and warm the heart. Each film tells the story of a loving, overprotective father accepting his daughter's young marriage. With comedic gold and genuine emotions, Spencer Tracy and Steve Martin shine. Interestingly, many viewers are unaware of the equally excellent original from 1950. Shortened, Mr. Deeds and its remake have contrasting tones, with Cooper's acting outshining Sandler's. Both share a plot of a man inheriting a fortune and facing challenges. Some dislike Mr. Deeds, but it falls short compared to the original. Those who only know the remake should discover the true gem. Both versions of Angels in the Outfield are vastly different, but both have their own charm. The original features a little orphan girl praying for the losing Pittsburgh Pirates and their short-tempered manager, while the remake has a pair of foster boys praying for the Angels to win the pennant. Despite their differences, both films offer humor, warmth, and heart. The first Ben-Hur was a groundbreaking silent film, but the 1959 remake starring Charlton Heston is the one most people know. With 34 years between them, the remake has impressive effects, powerful performances, and an unforgettable chariot race. Satan Met a Lady is forgettable compared to the iconic noir masterpiece The Maltese Falcon, starring Humphrey Bogart as Detective Sam Spade investigating a murder, a femme fatale, and dangerous criminals for a priceless statue. The Maltese Falcon is a classic that outshines the disappointing first adaptation of Dashiell Hammett's novel, even with Bette Davis. The Haunting has two versions with the same plot but different tones. The original proves ghosts' existence while the remake focuses on fear study. The main difference is the portrayal of haunting experiences, with the original being subtle and the remake being violent. Viewer preference depends on their preference for understated or bombastic ghost stories. Libeled Lady and Easy to Wed offer contrasting comedic experiences. The former, a classic comedy with a star-studded cast, is well known and highly regarded. On the other hand, the latter, a Technicolor musical remake, often goes unnoticed. While the original is superior, the remake's humor and talented cast should not be overlooked.